If you saw last week's video, you would have seen I was actually working at a festival.
So in this week's video, we're going to tell you 10 ways that you can make money on the road.
And 10 ways that we can as well, because we've just quit our jobs so we can go travelling. So yeah, we need these points as much as you guys. So everything we mentioned in this video are either ways that we've already made money on the road, or we're going to be exploring as we go further into our travels. But the first one to really talk about is one that you've done a lot of, and that is pet sitting.
Yes, so I've done a lot of pet sitting since we've lived in the van, which has been over 2 years now. We have been based in one area, as a lot of you might know. So I thought, as I'm based in one area, I can take up pet sitting. But I've actually realised that that is something possible to do on the road as well. Yeah. So the first website I use is called Cat in a Flat, and it's amazing. It's such a good website. They have such a good reputation, and I've worked with them for a long time now. And I've got loads of bookings that way. So you can offer different services. You can do 1 visit a day, 2 visits a day, and even overnight bookings. And obviously, as the name suggests, this is mainly for cats, but there is dog sites as well. The main one I know about is Rover, which again, I've got friends that use and I'm really successful at. So these are sites that you mainly have to be in one area for, but you can have a second kind of location on Cat in a Flat. I know that. So you have your main hometown, and then you can change your second location to anywhere. So if we are going somewhere for a long period of time, maybe a couple of months, then I will change that second location, so then I could get bookings in that area. So that is really, really good. And the other way that you can do pet sitting on the road is through things like Facebook pages. There's literally all over the world pet sitting work. Like, so someone will put on there saying, oh, I need a pet sitter for a month in California or just anywhere. And sometimes it's paid, sometimes it's in return for accommodation or food, but that is a way to travel. And
I was going to say, it's a really good way to base your travels that way, isn't it? Because you think, oh, they need one there, they need one there, they need one there. And then you can actually travel based on your pet sitting.
So yeah, if you don't have a van, you're just traveling. Yeah. You can just move around. And I think we'll probably do it in Europe if we wanted like a base for like a long period of time, or even just like we just want a month out, just somewhere just secure,
middle of nowhere, look after someone's pet.
Yeah, exactly. It's a way to just, or maybe even over winter, like that would be a really, really good thing to do over winter, so you have a base for a while, and free accommodation.
So the next one is going to be what I've done mainly as my extra source of income, and that is freelance work, and that can be in pretty much anything you're good at. For me, believe it or not, it's videography and photography, and I've picked up quite a few different gigs along them lines, whether that's doing other shows, so campervan shows, that sort of thing. Literally anything. If you know the basics of how to use a camera and you know what you're looking for, generally you can make money from it. You
can do that with anything. So I think the main thing is knowing if you have a skill and how to turn that skill into doing a freelance work and how to promote yourself to get them jobs. But I think even if you're sat there thinking, I don't have any skills that I could offer to someone, then do a course, do an online course. Just go to, I think I've done a few courses through Centre of Excellence, which, I mean, I've done cat courses, of course, but you can do loads of courses and then you have that skill, you have that qualification that you can then go and offer people and get paid for it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the other thing that I do on the road is editing as well. So it's another freelance job, video editing. Obviously, it links into what I do. But all of that is self-taught or with short courses online, that sort of thing. So all of these things I wouldn't have known unless I thought, you know, I want to know that. I want to be able to earn money from it. So yeah, like you say, it's pretty much anything that you're interested in, you can learn it and you can make money from it.
So the next one is social media. And as you're watching this, it means we're trying to do social media.
Trying. Being the word here.
So it obviously goes hand in hand with Luke knowing a lot about cameras and editing and stuff. So we thought we might as well give it a go. And we do really enjoy it as well. So we're not necessarily trying to make money from it, but it can be a job. And a lot of our friends are YouTubers and they make a full-time income from it. So that is another thing to try as a job. Again, it doesn't have to be YouTube. It can be other apps, which I'm not going to mention on YouTube because I don't like it. But you know the other apps that you can make a full-time wage from doing it. So again, it doesn't have to be anything major. You literally just think about something that you like or passionate about and make videos on it and just see where it goes. Yeah, so
I'm really looking forward to documenting all of our travels. So with all our plans that we've got going forwards, hopefully everything goes hand in hand and we go viral.
Please like and subscribe.
So linking in with our travels, this next one is definitely something we're going to be exploring a bit more of. Or I say that, you've become obsessed with it, and that is Workaways.
Yes, so I am a bit obsessed with the Workaway website. I just love the idea. So basically, a host from anywhere in the world can put on this website a job they want doing. And this can be from cafe work, farm work, it can be helping out in their house and renovating their house, looking after their children. They just put a job advert on the website and you can apply to do it. So this can be from a few weeks, a month, 6 months, or however long they want you for. And these are also paid or unpaid. Obviously, the paid one, you need to make sure that you're able to work in that country. So I think for us, the most simple thing is to just do that in our country. So we'll be working in UK and being paid for it. So I've been looking at a lot of ones in Scotland because that's somewhere we really want to go and explore more of. And we might as well do a Workaway there as well.
And the nice thing about it is, if it is a location like that, they're not always full time. So it might be that you can work 3 or 4 days, but then you've got the other 3 or 4 days to explore the area. So with Scotland, we love it. We've always said that we want to do a good amount of time there. But if you can make money whilst being there as well and sustain yourself, then what better way to do it?
And obviously, if we go to Europe, where we'd have to get a visa to be paid, what we do instead is we'll do a Workaway in return for accommodation and food, which again then saves us money, really. So
over winter, something like that. Sometimes accommodation, when living in a van, is a little bit nicer. We all know van life's not great in winter, don't we?
Yes.
So similar to Workaways, you've then got campsite wardens, and they are usually based in the UK, but that is beneficial in a few ways. Obviously, Europe, you can only be there for a certain amount of time now. So then if you're coming back to regain your Schengen days, you might as well come back, earn some money, so then you can go traveling. And that works really well because they're usually seasonal jobs as well. So you might work for a season at a campsite, earn living wage for 6 months, but then that gives you enough money to live in a van for the other 6 months of the year and actually go traveling and enjoy it. And then that way you can actually avoid the horrible English winter as well.
Yes. So the main way I found these campsite warden jobs is actually through Facebook. So there's a Facebook page for absolutely everything.
Is there a Facebook page for the Nomad per?
There is.
Hey.
Go and like and follow.
Anyway.
But yeah, there's a Facebook page for anything. Campsites will put up their job advert and you can just reply to the post saying, oh, I'm interested in doing this job. And it can go from there. The other way is you can directly email a campsite if you want a specific one or you're interested in being in a certain area, then you can say, just email the campsite and just say, are you looking for any wardens for the coming season? And the worst case is they'll say no, but...
It's amazing how many of these jobs are available. We see day after day pages or posts coming up on these pages where it seems that people need them more than people actually need the jobs, which is ridiculous. Yeah,
there'll always be something out there. So that brings us on to the fact that you can do any temporary or seasonal jobs. When you think about getting a job, you think, oh, I have to get a full-time and I don't want to let them down after a few months when I want to go travelling. There's loads of temporary or seasonal jobs. Just have a look through all the job advert sites.
I think the prime example is going to be over Christmas. We're actually back for a month. So we're doing 2.5 months in Europe, we're back for a month, and then we're going into New Zealand for a month.
But and then loads of places want Christmas stuff.
I was going to say, there's always temporary jobs over Christmas that you don't have to commit to any more than what you can do. So you don't have to feel bad that after a month you're leaving, because that is exactly what that role entails.
Yeah, and again, in places like, especially like Scotland or like more remote places, they want staff for like the summer season, their busy season, that they then don't want to carry on in the winter season when they don't have any tourists. So
works for everyone, doesn't it?
There's plenty of temporary and seasonal jobs out there.
So then that links into our next point, which is working for event companies. Again, something you've done quite a bit of.
Yeah, so I've worked for loads of event companies now. So again, this is really, really good for travellers because they just put you on a straight 0-hour contract and you can pick and choose what events you do. So again, you're more likely to get work in high seasons like summer, but also over times like Christmas and stuff. So I have an app for the event company that I work for, and you can just pick and choose whatever job you do. And it's just, the fact is 0 hours as well. You're, again, not upsetting anyone if you say, oh, I can't work for a couple of months, and then you do.
Say, I think that's the nice thing with it, is because it's 0 hours and because of the way the event companies work, they have so many people on the books. You're not, like you say, not upsetting anyone. You don't feel obliged that you have to do anything. But if you can do something, great.
extra money.
Yeah. So next up is another one that Amy signed up to. It looks like I don't do any work, but my work actually takes hours and hours. So that's why Amy's got multiple.
I just try everything.
Anyway, delivery driving for someone like Uber Eats, Deliveroo, Just Eat, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's something you've signed up to. It's a little bit difficult to actually get the process going, but once it's going, it's okay, isn't it?
It's not difficult. It's just you have to make sure, obviously, you have the right insurances. With Uber, which I've just signed up to, you have to submit every document you've ever owned to prove that you are who you are.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, that's all part of the process. Once you're in there, then again, it's so easy to earn money because what you do is you just log on whenever you want and log off whenever you want, and you can do 1 hour, you can do 8 hours, you can do whatever you want.
But from anywhere.
From anywhere as well, yep. And it's just so flexible. So for us, it's going to work really, really well. Again, because we've gone for 2.5 months, we're then back in one place for Christmas. I will just log on every day and make some money. So yeah, highly recommend signing up to them. And yeah, it's flexible work, it's easy work. It is minimum wage, but it is what it is.
Still money. Sticking with the theme of driving, the next one is HGV driving. Now, granted, you do need a different license for this to your standard one, unless you're over a certain age and you've got grandfather rights on your license. But yeah, you do need a C1 license, but they are screaming out for HGV drivers. You can clock in, clock out, and to be honest, it's good money as well. It's really good money. So if you fit that mold and you can do that, then it's well worth thinking about that. Like I say, they're screaming out for drivers, and it can earn you a good bit of money.
And again, it's something you could do for 3 months
Yeah.
and then go travelling. It's something you can do for 6 months and go travelling. So it's all about making that pot of money and then being free for the rest of your year to enjoy.
Yeah, it's probably worth mentioning that what we're saying about here is never going to make you rich. That's not the idea of this. It's all about sustaining how you actually want to live your life, and how we want to live our life as well. So our final way to make money on the road is another way that Amy makes money on the road, and that is remote working.
God, I do all the work, don't I?
It seems that way, yeah.
But yeah, so I am a virtual assistant remotely, but you can do so many jobs online remotely. As long as you have good internet connection, you can do it anywhere.
Yeah.
I would say if you do go for a remote job with a bigger company, maybe just let them know that you do live in a van, you travel. You don't have to, but sometimes they require you to like be in an office like 1 day a month or something. And you just need to let them know that you might not be able to do that. But yeah, you can do anything remotely. Again, if you have an interest in something, like I love like writing blogs, so I've started doing that for us and for other people. So yeah, you can
I think another thing is linking back to the freelance work we were talking about. Like I say, I do video editing. You can do that from the van. You can do that from anywhere if you've got a laptop. So there's so many different aspects to remote working. Isn't there?
But also you can just get a job with a company, set hours, set thing to do, and it's still remote and you can still travel.
Yeah. So there you go. That is our top 10 ways to earn money on the road. But if you guys have any different ideas, then please do let us know in the comments below. Because honestly, we need all the help we can get.
Yes. So if you want to follow our journey and our travels and us just figuring out life of how to live in a van and travel and just have a good time, then please like and subscribe. And yeah, see you next week.
See you later.